Alright, so we have discussed a lot about testing. Now is the time for practical implementation. Let me first of all create a React project with the CRA, that is the Create React App. So here I'll say npx create React app, and the app name I'm going to say test demo. Okay, so now the project is created. Let's open it. When you create the project, it is already prepared to run a test. Let's check what by default the CRA installs in your project. I'll just open the package.json. Here you can see under the dependencies, Jest DOM is already installed, and we also have the testing library React, which has a specific purpose which we'll learn as we proceed further. And under the scripts, there is a test script configured. So if you have to run the test, simply say npm test and it runs the test. Now let's check a ready test file. Go to the src folder and here you see the app.test.js file. This is a normal convention that if we have a component named product, then we configure the test with product.test.js and the component as product.js. Let's quickly check the code we already have here in the app.test.js. You see that there is a render and screen objects imported from the testing library of React. And if you observe this test, this is actually the test which is of the Jest, and inside this we have the render object which will actually bring the component here, then the screen object which will get the text, which will get the element in fact by the text. Here you see that it says learn React, and this is actually regular expression. Here, due to the React testing library, you have the screen object which has a method to check the element by text. So if there is an element having text learn React, it should pass the test. This is just regular expression used, and /i means it is case insensitive. To know more about regex, you can check my dedicated tutorial on mastering regular expressions. Okay, so coming back, let's check the app.js, that is the component. Here you can see that we have an element having text learn React, that is the anchor tag is having this text, so it will pass. Now let's run the test. So here I'm just going to say npm test. And you can see there are few options. The first option says press A to run all tests, means if I press A, it will run all the .test.js files. So let's do that. I'll press A and there you go. It found the app.test.js file and it also says the test passed. There is a green tick also and renders learn React link is the test description which helps you to get the idea about individual tests. Now let me change this text in the test file to something else. I'll simply say new changes and save. Because the test is already running, that is, it's already in watch mode, you can see it performed and showing the result, and now it has failed. So now you get some idea about how the test is performed and what all files or file naming conventions or the package.json, what does it have. You can press Ctrl C to quit the watch mode. Now let's talk about few relative questions. So how the test files are named. So we use this way where we have the component name .test.js. For example, if we have product.js as a component, then we'll say product.test.js as the test for that component. The second question is how will you run the test? Well, initially you have to run the test using the npm and then the test. For rest of the time it is going to be in the watch mode and you just have to make the changes and save to run it again.